If you can believe it, it's already 2022. Just like we do every January, let's rank up the new coasters opening this year. There are 93, a lot of them being kids and family coasters, so I just picked out the best ones. These are the top 25 coasters opening worldwide in 2022. As we go along, more information gets released all the time. There are 3 coasters that we just don't have enough information on to rank up yet. Storm is an Intamin indoor launch coaster at the Dubai Hills Mall. We know it's 2,227 feet long. That's kind of a short ride, and there will be an LSM lift hill. The dome is 164 feet tall, or 50 meters, so this could be a big, compact looping launch coaster. I just don't know anything more about it yet. SeaWorld Abu Dhabi is opening a triple launch Intamin, and we see it has a big camelback, and it looks like it has a long layout, but I'm not sure if it'll be more of a family ride or an extreme ride, so I can't really rank it up until I see more. Fuji-Q Highland is supposed to be building a $32 million coaster in 2022. The rumor was it's supposed to be an Intamin motorbike coaster, but I'm really lost on the status of that project, so I'll just leave that here. Before we get started, if you could drop the video a like, I'd appreciate it. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's also look at the coasters that just missed the top 25. Skyloop at Riyadh Winter Wonderland is the latest premier ride Skyrocket 2. Tumbili at King's Dominion and an unknown coaster at Ocean Flower Island Fairyland in China are both SNS free spins. Atra Park in Russia is getting a brand new Vekoma boomerang. Sidewinder Safari at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom is a spinning mouse, built by Zamperla. Sunak Cultural Tourism City in China is getting a Maurer spinner, and Adventureland in New York is getting Fireball, a rollerball coaster. Number 25. The Mach Rides Power Splashes. Aquaman Power Wave at Six Flags Over Texas, and Giant Splash at Lotte World Adventure Busan. This is your typical Mach Rides Power Splash. The LSM launch forward and backward, the big vertical spikes, and the splashdown at the end. It's kind of like an Intamin Impulse, just on top of the track and with water. These are nice small additions, a good way to add a new water ride to the park, but not really a top tier coaster. Number 24. Hot Wheels at Mattel Adventure Park. This is a brand new park opening in Glendale, Arizona, and this is the long-awaited return of the Chance Hyper GTX. However, this doesn't look like Lightning Run. Honestly, it looks more like an old Aero loop screw. The original concept art shows a loop, a sidewinder, and 2 corkscrews. The one at IAPA shows 2 loops and 1 corkscrew. Whatever it is, it doesn't sound like it'll be Lightning Run. Nowhere near a world-class coaster, but it'll be a fun coaster for the park. Number 23. Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando. This is the 3rd year Icebreaker has made the list. It's time to open already. This Premier Rides launch shuttle coaster could be low-key awesome, but more likely than not, it's going to be a more mild family coaster. But with a top speed of 52 miles per hour and a beyond vertical back spike, maybe it'll offer something for thrill seekers. Number 22. The Space Warp coming to Oriental Heritage. This is the first Space Warp model Vekoma built since 2016. Formula at Energylandia. Even though these are not the best looking new age Vekomas, they still pack 3 inversions into almost 2,000 feet of track, starting with an LSM launch, sending the train into an 81-foot sidewinder. Number 21. The Broken Rail Coaster coming to Bohai Pearl Happy Valley. We've seen this Jinma Rides coaster before. This is their 4th installation, and it's a lot like the old Vekoma Tilt Track coaster. In addition to that tilt track gimmick, it follows up with 5 inversions, so it's a pretty long and complete ride. How it actually runs, I don't know, but it looks impressive. Number 20. Roaring Timbers at Sunworld Han Tham Nature Park. Vietnam has been getting some good coasters as of late, this GCI wooden coaster being the next one. With almost 2,800 feet of track, standing 95 feet tall, this could be a very solid wooden coaster. Number 19. Giant Digger at Lotte World Adventure Busan. This brand new South Korean park is opening next month. We already talked about their Power Splash, but they're also getting another clone. Giant Digger will be the same ride as Blue Fire, the Mach multi-launch currently operating in Europa Park. This is a widely cloned coaster in Europe and Asia, and with a 62 mph LSM launch, 4 inversions, and nearly 3,500 feet of track, I can see why a lot of parks want this ride. Number 18. Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. B&M is coming back to Six Flags, and they're doing it with a compact dive coaster. This one has a rare beyond vertical drop, something B&M hasn't done before, and over the 2,500 feet of track, it goes through an Immelman, a zero-G roll, an airtime hill, and a helix. It's a great addition to the park, and it will be a good ride experience, even if it's not great. Number 17. Emperor at SeaWorld San Diego. Here's yet another compact B&M dive, but I'm giving Emperor the edge for having the extra inversion. It's got an Immelman, barrel roll, and corkscrew. It doesn't have the beyond vertical drop, or quite as much track length, and maybe in the end, Cliffhanger will be the better ride. But for now, I'm putting Emperor a little bit ahead. Number 16. Defiance at Glenwood Caverns. It's hard to beat this setting, being built on a hillside. hence the radical difference between the height and the drop, 75 feet versus 110 feet. This is a very short ride, but with a banana roll, non-inverting loop, and an inline twist following the 102-degree drop, you're not getting cheated. Number 15, Palindrome at Codaland. This Gerstlauer shuttle coaster came out of nowhere. Who thought this racetrack in Texas would get that long-awaited Gerstlauer? It stands 95 feet tall with a twisted vertical drop, and a sprawling layout of inversions that even crosses over a road before doing it all backward. It then uses a turntable to get you back into the station. This could be a really cool ride, and definitely makes Codaland worth a stop. Number 14, the B&M Wing Coaster at Fantasy Valley. We don't have any stats on this, but we can see its layout. It has a small straight drop, a couple inversions to start, an airtime hill, a corkscrew, and a turnaround before hitting the brakes, along with some other elements I can't see from the pictures. It looks like it'll be a big-time legit wing coaster, so I'm putting it here. Number 13, the GCI Wind Coaster at Fantasy Valley. This is one of GCI's few clone models, called the Thunderbird. This comes from the original, Thunderbird at Powerland, and you may be more familiar with American Thunder at Six Flags St. Louis. This new Chinese GCI will be the same thing, and if it rides anything like American Thunder, it'll be a great ride. Number 12, the Vekoma Renegade at Fanta Animation Park. This is the newest of the New Age Vekomas. This looks a little bit like the Hyperspace Warp, a small twisted drop in 3 inversions, all over 2,500 feet of track. It's not as crazy as some of the other stuff, but this could be a powerful little ride. We'll have to see. Number 11, the Vekoma Top Gun coasters coming to Fanta Wild and Fanta Park, Road of Rejuvenation. We've seen a couple of these open up, and they look like solid rides. I wouldn't say they're Vekoma's best, but with those small 2-car trains, they can do some pretty crazy maneuvers. This rollover camelback is amazing. It looks like it'll be an inside top hat, but then it flips into an outside top hat. It also has almost 3,000 feet of track, but the elements aren't super inspired. A few inversions and a couple airtime pops, along with a bunch of turns. Number 10, Wonder Woman Flight of Courage at Six Flags Magic Mountain. After riding Jersey Devil, I got really discouraged. Wonder Woman is modeled off that coaster, and I really didn't like it. If not for that, this could be a top 5 coaster. When RMC introduced their single rail model, it was insanely intense and whippy, but these bigger models run more graceful, and they're slower through the elements. To me, it was a letdown. If Magic Mountain can learn from Jersey Devil and make some adjustments from the start, especially around its wheels or its mid-course brake run, maybe it'll run better. I know a lot of people love Jersey Devil, so I'll still put Wonder Woman in the top 10. Number 9, the Vekoma Firestorm coming to Ocean Flower Island Fairyland. If you've heard me talk about Wrath of Zeus at VinWonders in Vietnam, this is the same ride. It's the tallest New Age Vekoma, with a 164-foot top hat, hitting 71.5 miles per hour, 3 inversions over nearly 3,500 feet of track. Where the Top Gun looks a bit weak, this one looks awesome, and I'd expect this to pop up a lot more in the years to come. Number 8, Leviathan at SeaWorld. The Gravity Group has been working on this for a couple years now. This intertwined wooden coaster looks to be one of Australia's top rides. It's got a 105-foot straight drop, then over 3,200 feet of twisted track, full of turns, dips, and dives, with so many possible head choppers. Gravity Group usually does it well, even with this GCI-style layout. I expect it to be great. Number 7, Turbo Turtle Power at Nickelodeon Universe. We don't have anything official on this ride, so this rendering is from Theme Park Bjorn. We know it's almost 3,500 feet long. It's got a 142-foot drop, a 62-mile-an-hour top speed, and an LSM launch with 8 inversions. Intamin's 8 and 10 inversion coasters aren't always the best, but those are all pretty old. Maybe their new age model will be a lot better. Number 6, Tron Light Cycle Run at Magic Kingdom. This should be about the same as the one in Shanghai, and that one gets great reviews. Not only does it have great theming, with all those neon lights inside and outside, it also reaches 78 feet in height and over 59 miles per hour in speed, covering 3,169 feet of track. Those are solid stats. Add in the great theming, and you have a great looking coaster. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot. Like Tron, you're getting a well-themed coaster that could also be thrilling. This is entirely indoors, but it features 5,577 feet of track. That's insane. It also has spinning cars. It took Epcot 40 years to get a roller coaster, but it seems like they're getting a good one. Number 4, Phoenix at Farouk Summerland. I've loved this ever since I saw it. Over 131 feet tall, 59 miles per hour, almost 3,000 feet of track. I think this new Vekoma Wildcat model looks like their best. Maybe not as interesting as their new launch flyer, but in terms of forces, elements, airtime, inversions, it looks like Phoenix does it better than anyone. I wish it would just have lap bars, but even with vests, it looks like a bucket list coaster. Number 3, Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. We've been waiting for this forever, and for me, it's been a big mystery. I was thinking, it could be amazing, or it could just be okay. After riding Velocicoaster, another new Intamin launch coaster with a top hat, my hopes for Pantheon went way up. This has forward and backward launches, a giant top hat, a huge outer bank, over 3,300 feet of track, 178 feet tall, 73 miles per hour top speed, Pantheon could end up being number 1 once 2022 is over. Number 2. Air Force One at FunSpot Atlanta. When we learned FunSpot was getting an RMC, we're thinking, maybe it's one of their new family models. No. 146-foot drop and 64 miles per hour, almost identical to new Texas Giant. 3,400 feet of track, a little more than Iron Rattler, and 4 inversions, the same as Steel Vengeance. FunSpot shelled out $13 million for this monstrosity, but it's become a place that every coaster enthusiast needs to visit next year. This thing even has a triple down. It's gonna be awesome. Number 1. Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa. The shine may be off Iron Gwazi after waiting 3 years for it to open, but I can't let that take away from the ride itself. We're talking about a hyper hybrid. That 206-foot drop at 91 degrees, over 4,000 feet of track, topping out at 76 miles per hour, 2 inversions, 12 airtime moments. I think once Iron Gwazi opens, all will be forgiven. This, without a doubt, looks like the best coaster to open this year, assuming SeaWorld deems this the year it can actually open. You just never know with them. That's all for the top 25 coasters opening in 2022. Let me know what you think of these rankings, what you would change around, and if I completely missed something, please let me know. What do you think should be number 1? Is it Iron Gwazi or something else? Before you go, be sure to drop a like and give me a sub for more content just like this. Also, check out my links below for my Discord server and my second channel where I post copyright-free off-ride footage. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.